Good morning everybody, it's Callie here, and in today's 2-minute review, we will not be covering the game in 2 minutes because this is King of Seas, a game that's coming out on Steam on May 25th. It is an RPG pirate game, so I actually got kind of jazzed at this game out of the gate, and after hopping into it for the hour that it let me play the demo, there was a lot to cover. So we're going to break down as much as possible, as fast as possible to save your time, but keep in mind that this will not be a 2-minute review. After choosing your difficulty, King of Seas starts out as you would expect any RPG to. You have to choose your main character for the game. In this case, it's the choice of either Mary Lou or Lucky, who both have their own individual RPG backstories to get you more involved with the world around you. From there, you're given a brief intro that kind of tells you everything that's been going on in the world up until this point, and then you're taken to the tutorial. In the tutorial, you learn the basics of combat and the basics of driving your boat from point A to point B through the navigation system, both of which the controls were very intuitive, very fluid, and something that was easy to pick up. All in all, you were through the whole tutorial process in about 10 to 15 minutes, and in the point where you could start getting more into piracy and more into sailing the 7 seas in an enjoyable fashion. Once you leave the tutorial, you start into the world of piracy, where you're presented with the basics of inventory. For King of Seas, this basically involves buying new cannons, sails, crew, hulls, and various ships to upgrade your inventory, your attack damage, your defense, and your hit points throughout the game. Even though this is a very simplistic way to handle it in an RPG, it was also a very fun and intuitive way. At no point did I feel discouraged that my character itself wasn't really receiving upgrades, and it was more so my ship that was getting all the upgrading. It was really fun to buy new cannons, new sails, and watch my ship become exponentially more powerful and able to take on bigger and bigger vessels as I went through this upgrade method. Once you've fully outfitted your vessel, you head off onto the high seas, which alone has its own unique mechanics that make sailing from point A to point B kind of enjoyable. You can be attacked by tentacles from sea monsters below, dodging explosive barrels as you're going along, to also picking up various crew members you can find floating at sea, as well as treasures that might have gone adrift from other boats. The whole experience all in all made sailing alone to be an engaging, fun experience, and not something that was dull or boring as you would expect if you were just sailing a sea and not coming across anything. After your first few quests in King of Seas, you're presented with the quest you've truly been waiting for, which is your first venture into piracy. You're tasked to go out and sink 3 other vessels and take their loot. This is where King of Seas really took off for me and probably nailed me in as somebody that was definitely going to buy this game in another day when it goes live. The combat in this game was very fun, very intuitive, and nothing I was getting bored of in the hour that I was playing it. You truly felt like a pirate for the course of the time that you were trying to. The combat overall was put together in such a way that you really couldn't just aimlessly hit buttons on the keyboard and hope to sink your vessel. You had to actively be repositioning your boat the entire time, making sure that you weren't hitting the wrong vessels as other ships would come around to check out what was going on, or if they were a boat of the same faction, they would step in to assist. As you leveled up, you were then presented with a skill system, which consisted of 3 different trees: the Voodoo, Battle, and Navigation tree, each which had their own pluses and minuses as you would expect from any RPG. For the course of this demo, I chose to pick with the simple increase your damage one, which was the battle thing, but this seemed like a really robust skill tree which added a lot of advancement and character customization to the game, which I wasn't truly expecting, but I really found enjoyable. From that point in the demo, it was me armed with my new skills heading out for my final 8 minutes to try to tackle 2 vessels which were vastly above my level at this point in time. While I wasn't successful in this endeavor, I had an absolute blast trying to accomplish it. My boat by this point in time had picked up new skills, new crew members, sails, and cannons, and I truly felt like a pirate by this stage in the game. This game was an absolute blast to play for an hour, and it's something that I've honestly played a few more times since then, as you can repeat the demo for an hour period of time as many times you would like, as far as I can tell. With this game coming out in only a day and for such a small price point of $25, I definitely feel this is something you can get your money's worth out of. being that King of Seas has so many mechanics that make you feel piratey, and they do so in such a small period of time, from intuitive combat to ship upgrades to changing your crew to being able to take your sloop to the point where it can one-shot galleons in such a small period of time. Really makes you feel like a pirate and really encourages you to get back on those high seas and keep doing it again. This is a game that I seriously cannot wait to play in another day, and I hope all of you pick it up as well. If you have a chance of picking up this game, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't play this game but know another great pirate game that you do like to play, please leave that below as well, as I would love to go check that out. I hope everybody's enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Until that time, I look forward to seeing you all on the high seas.